Hello, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For this cycle, I guess you would call it, I'm going to use the Awaken Tarot. I haven't used this one in a while, but I do like this deck. I think it was created like a group effort because it's got team, I always mess up the name, RYVE, so Reeve. And there's myreeve.com at the bottom if you want to check that out. So that way if you like this deck and you want to check it out, feel free to do so. There's that. The Oracle cards I'm going to be using are Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Big fan of Sandra. And the website, that's why I got the book out. The websites are, am I on the right one? Yep, there are a bunch of Hay House websites. Feel free to freeze frame and go into any of those you're interested in. Sandra Ann Taylor, I think there's something on the back here too, so I'll show you that. Feel free to freeze frame and check out any of the information. I think there's a website at the bottom, or there's a Hay House Radio link there or something. And the last part is I do use dice. For the major arcana, I use a 22-sided dice. I use 22 as 0 for the Fool, and then, up to 21 is the World. And then I have a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and then I use a 4-sided dice to choose the element. And Math Art Fun, I think, is what the website is. If I get that close enough, hopefully you can see it. mathartfun.com if you want to find the dice. Alright, I think we're good with that. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and now let's go on to your read. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for the Sagittarius? The Sagittarius. Are you the Sagittarius? The one in a name? Just kidding. Apparently we're a little facetious at the moment, which is fine. We'll have fun with that. Ooh. Okay. Do you want to be on the outside of this? Do you want to be, left alone a little bit? What's going on? Okay. All that's going on around you. Okay. It's making me wonder if you want to be, I feel like I'm too much into this. I feel like this is becoming a little bit draining. Maybe there's other things I want. Is that the bigger thing? There's other things I want. I want to get closer to those things, and I want to detach from some of these other things. Okay. So is this happening? What do we need to know? So you have a very strong foundation. So whatever's going on when this is coming to you, if you look at your life, there's something you really do want that you're either you're very good at or fairly good at, or you have some confidence in at the very least. It's a good thing. For most of you, you're probably quite talented at it. But it doesn't have that much space in your life, not as much space in your life as you would want. Currently, it just doesn't seem like it's there. There's other things that are kind of getting in the way. It could be a changing of interests. Maybe if you look back a decade ago, there was one thing that was more strong in your life, and maybe that's still here. And maybe it's kind of it's time to let that diminish. It's not as strong as it was 10 years ago, but you're it's still here, and it's kind of blocking me into this next level I want to go into. I'm trying to understand exactly what we're seeing. It's almost like maybe, you were a dressmaker 10 years ago and you still make dresses. And it's kind of I don't want to do that as much now. Now I want to get more into the floral side of stuff, just for argument's sake. So it's kind of maybe same type of situation. You made dresses before. You're still really good at it, but it's kind of but floral things are what you want to do. Something about florist, gardening, maybe stuff like that. That's where you want to go, but you're I get a lot of work here. So it's kind of I'm trying to transition, but this takes up more of my time than I want. I don't know why we're doing that one, but there you go, in case that hits for somebody. You have a very good energy around you, but I feel like I'm trying to transition. I'm trying to transition peacefully. People like you. In my opinion, that's a good thing. That's a good problem to have, because it does feel like it's a little bit of a problem. Ironically, it's a good problem to have. As far as problems go, having people like you, it's a better problem. I realize it's still a problem, because it's kind of keeping you stuck. It's kind of making it difficult for you to make this transition, because people like what you have been doing. People don't want to let you go from what you have been doing. And it's good to be liked. But when it's limiting and it's holding you back from what you really want to do, then it becomes more of a problem. I feel like I feel trapped with this because people like me so much. Again, it's a good problem to have, but still a problem, though. Let's be fair. Still a problem. And it might be more of a problem where people see you as they see you, and it's like, I don't want you to see me as the dressmaker anymore. I want you to see me as the florist. Can we transition this? Because I have people tripping over themselves for dresses. Can you start tripping over yourself for the floral thing? For the gardening, whatever that may be. All this over here. This is where I want to go. And it's kind of like, I'm trying to move it over, and I'm having a hard time moving it over. There's a lot of earth energy around you here. People are slowly getting used to the change. Okay. So, this is advice, the way it's coming in. You do have a choice, is what they're saying. You can make changes here. Some changes are hard to reverse if you change your mind. I'm going to use an example of a house because I feel like it's the easiest one. You sell your house, people buy it, you move on. You decide, I didn't really want to do that, and you want to buy your house back. Those people might not be open to you buying your house back. They'll be like, no, we like it. We didn't buy it just for a minute. We bought it because we want it. We're not giving it to you back. So it's kind of like, I can't get my house back. Like, you know what I mean? Certain choices are hard to reverse, but you do have a choice here. And I feel like it's like the house analogy. Kind of like I could probably move back into the neighborhood, but I might not get my house back that I want, and then that's going to bother me. The choice you have coming forward, it feels like that. You do have the chance to change things, but it's going to be a major change, and it might be, once you change it might be very difficult to reverse it. So that's fine. Because I feel like you got this energy around you, which, even though the devil's showing up, it doesn't feel bad to me, because I feel like it's talking about the earth energy, kind of like once you make your choice, you're not allowed to return. It's kind of like whoever you sold your house to, they're like, no, I'm not selling it back to you. I understand and respect that you want it, but no, I didn't buy it just for fun. I bought it to keep it. Once there's this energy here of like, once you make this change, it'll just start moving forward, and the further you get into it, people are going to be like, all right, Sagittarius isn't making dresses anymore. They're floral. And people are going to be like, nope, not dresses anymore for Sag. Don't be going over there for dresses for Sag. And I feel like there's going to be this thing where people are going to be like, nope, Sag doesn't do that anymore. Sag does floral stuff. Somebody will definitely help you make this change if you decide that this is what you want to do. It will happen. It's not a bad thing. It's all about what you love. What do you want from your life at this point? Where do you want to go? Sag to me is ever changing anyway. As long as this is what you want, they're saying you can have it. It's right here for you. This is something you've been connected to for a long time, and it's just kind of like now it feels like this is the time. So it's like, even if I look back, say 10 years ago, dresses were the thing. You wanted to do that. It was great. Cool. Floral stuff was still there. It just wasn't as strong. It was very minimal. It's kind of like 90% of your situation was dresses, maybe 10% or less was floral. It was still there, probably been there a long time, it just wasn't as strong. Something you're very connected to, something you very much want, something you very much can have. You got the moment coming forward that this can happen for you. Okay, I'm avoiding this. I'm going to try to not avoid this right now. I'm going to deal with... There's some negativity here. All right, it's here. Let's just deal with it. Because I don't feel like I'm doing anybody any favors by not. Okay. 6 of Swords, half in, half out. And the Fool card coming in. changing. See, you're multi-talented more than likely. You're probably multi-talented. You may not feel that way, but other people do. Let's just be fair with that too. So in case you don't feel like you're multi-talented, other people might think you are. Somebody once told me, I don't know, I think it was like 10 years ago, that no matter what I want, I always get what I want. And I'm thinking to myself, and what version of life do you think that's happening? Because I don't feel like I get whatever I want, thank you very much, but okay. So I'm just saying, other people may think, you're multi-talented and they have a lot of confidence that you get what you want. Doesn't mean you feel that way, but there's some envy here. Is that envy or is that's deceit? I'm getting envy energy. I don't know. There is a card in this deck that says envy. It's not out. Yes. No, it's attachment. People, they don't understand how you get what you get. They don't understand how you pull ahead. They don't understand how you can be successful with all these things. And I get that deceit card just feels a little bit like, it's not good. It's the Fool card. I feel like this is an energy you might believe in or might not realize. Every now and then they're a little bit negative toward you, but every now and then they help you at the same time. They just want you to be aware of it. Some people are definitely jealous of you. Some people have a problem, and I feel like they're nice to your face, but they don't really understand how it is that you're successful and they're not. It's not your fault. Their life is their life. That's their business. Just because you're successful doesn't give or take anything to them. You're successful because you're successful. They are or are not because that's how their life goes. That's because they're in control of their own life. That's not your responsibility or business. Some people do this where they like to compare themselves to other people, and they get very envious of other people who are very successful. And you have success around you and more success coming. So just be aware of it. As long as you're aware of it, I feel like you'll distance yourself when appropriate. If you just see it for what it is. When people because I feel like there's this weird energy where people, you can tell that they're a little bit jealous of you. Take it for what it is. They just want you to see it. Don't be naive to it. And be careful how much you trust this person, the deceit card. Because if you notice somebody's a little bit envious of you, that can run pretty deep. That could be also where somebody tries to set you up to fail just because they're jealous of you and they feel like if you fail, that makes them look better. Be careful of this. Don't trust this energy. If you see it, you might want to distance yourself, at least in the arena, at least in this arena, whatever this is. Doesn't mean you have to completely cut them out of your life, but whatever this subject is, you might want to distance yourself from that so they don't cause any damage in your prosperity. Going forward, I feel like you're going to make your decision. So I'm using dresses and floral arrangements because it's just what's in my mind, quite frankly. You're going to make a decision. You either continue with the dresses or you continue with the floral. I don't feel like we could go both directions successfully. It's coming up when this reading hits, it should be coming up within a month or less. I would say within a month or less, it's better for you to make this decision. If you just kind of you know what, I'm happy how it is, and I'm just going to stay here. Maybe I should just be content with what I have. It's not gonna work because I feel like whatever the situation is, your passion. For example, we're gonna use the dress thing obviously because I keep using it. Maybe you were really great and really talented and really wonderful with dresses. It's not that you're still not technically good, but the passion is falling away. So it's kind of like it's advised for you to follow your passion. The passion is falling away. It's just not what it was before. Not because you're not good at it, you definitely are, but the passion isn't there. They're advising you to follow your passion. Don't hold back because you're not sure or because you're nervous. Connect with your passion, follow your passion. Just because it's changed is not a bad thing. The advice is to connect with your passion. I already said that. So going for used to do dresses, now going into floral. The dresses will, for example, if that's the past thing, that will completely fall away is what I'm getting. It will probably completely fall away, at least the way you used to do it. You may work with somebody every now and then. You may advise somebody every now and then. But what it was, it will never come back to that again if you follow that passion. if you follow your new passion. But on the other hand, the floral thing, if that was the new passion, for example, that will go beyond what you thought. A lot of opportunities are going to pop out of the woodwork. You're going to love it. You're going to be, this is just your way. Just because you did what you wanted there, you experienced what you want in the last situation, for example, the dresses, you went all the way, and that was great when it was great. You've evolved past it. It doesn't mean people doing dresses doesn't mean that's beneath you. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means whatever you needed from that situation, you got it. You got it. Now we got a new one coming in. Follow your new passion. That's the advice. Follow your new passion. If you do that, a lot more things are going to keep coming your way. It's going to get stronger and stronger. This is going to open the next chapter of your life. You the Ace of Pentacles, for the majority of you, I'm going to say it's going to be very lucrative too, probably more lucrative than you have been in the past. I'm seeing a series of Sagittarians. I know a few of them actually, ironically. I see like this might be the most lucrative time of your life. This might be going into that time, the most lucrative time, where you feel like you have more than enough. You feel like you have everything you need. This might be opening that door and ushering you into that time, just to be fair. We're good? All right. And that's what I have for Sagittarius. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.